In this episode for the Texas Real Estate Exam, we are covering the Texas Real Estate Recovery Trust Account. The primary purpose of this fund is to act as a financial safety net for consumers. It exists to reimburse members of the public for actual out-of-pocket damages they've suffered because of the unlawful actions of a licensed Texas real estate broker or sales agent, when that licensee is unable to pay the damages themselves. The exam will test you heavily on the specific payout limits. As of recent updates, the fund can pay a maximum of $125,000 per transaction. The aggregate total that can be paid out on behalf of any single licensee over their entire career is capped at $250,000. Let's walk through an exam-style scenario. A consumer wins a court judgment for $150,000 in actual damages against a sales agent for fraud in a single transaction. The agent is bankrupt and cannot pay. The consumer can file a claim with the recovery fund, but they will only receive $125,000 because that is the maximum allowed per transaction. Now, imagine that same agent has another judgment against them from a different client in a separate transaction for $130,000. The fund has already paid $125,000 for the first claim. The total limit per licensee is $250,000, so the second claimant can only recover the remaining $125,000 from the fund. The exam loves to test the strict requirements for filing a claim. It is not a simple complaint process. The fund is a pair of last resort. First, the consumer must file a lawsuit and win a civil court judgment against the licensee. The lawsuit itself must be filed within 2 years of when the incident occurred. After getting the judgment, the consumer has to prove they've made every effort to collect from the licensee directly, but were unsuccessful. This is a critical step. A common exam trap involves confusing this process with filing a standard complaint with TREC. They are separate actions. The fund does not cover everything. It will not pay for punitive damages, interest, or non-economic damages like pain and suffering. It only covers actual monetary losses. Another major trap for test takers is unlicensed activity. The recovery fund only applies to damages caused by individuals who held a real estate license at the time of the action. If a person is harmed by someone pretending to be an agent, they cannot get money from this fund. Once a payment is made from the fund, the consequences for the licensee are severe. Their license is immediately revoked. To have any chance of getting a license again, they must repay the fund in full plus interest. Here's a phrase to help you remember the process. Court first, cash last, license fast. You must get a court judgment first. The fund is the cash of last resort. And the agent loses their license fast. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.